Starting off with some music today. It's the One More Thing Daily with myself, Dave Colombo Jenkins, letting you know what's going on at the One More Thing universe. And this week is a very, very, very big week for us. Last Friday, I kind of finished off the week with a very introspective vlog, kind of all about the history and it being a marathon and not a sprint and stuff like that, very reflective. Now I want to take us into the future. Yeah, I'm going to go into the future. This is the sound of One More Thing Future. I'm going to play you some music from 3 forthcoming releases. Not going to give you all the information, not going to play all of the tunes, just want to show you what's up our sleeve a little bit, just a tiny little bit. And if you're on Patreon, you can actually stream the tracks in a lot more detail as well. So what have we got playing right underneath us? This is coming out within a matter of weeks, literally within a matter of weeks. I'm gonna let the tune play a little bit. Might even show you some slow motion videos of fireworks that I did with my kids the other weekend. Just so you don't have to look at my silly face all the time. So this is by Fawne. It's called Don't Sink. And it's beautiful. Yeah, badness. That's one of 5 tracks that's coming out on an EP really soon. I'm going to leave that right there. So that's part of an EP called Entity of Peace, which is coming out from Fawne very soon. All different types of styles and flavors, but a very consistent kind of mood running all the way through. And in fact, there's even some ambient pieces on the EP. So I'm really excited about that. And actually, Fawne is no stranger to One More Thing. On the first paid compilation that we dropped last year, April last year, I think it was, One More Tune Volume 2. It had this track on as well, which I'd love to highlight. It's still available. You can still stream it and everything. It's on Spotify and things like that. And it's a real bleak number. So this is Under Gravel, I Must Rest. Now, this one's already out. This isn't the sound of the future. This is the sound of the past. That is what I'm talking about. So that is Fawne, right? So that tune is already out. The details for that are in the description. I've probably put a little picture of the old compilation artwork right by there for that particular track. But yeah, Don't Sink, along with 4 other tracks, 2 of which are ambient tracks, are coming out very soon at the end of November or early December. So that is EP number 1. And then we're dropping something absolutely humongous then in January by Lakeway. That's all I'm going to say actually about the release. But I do want to give you a couple of little teasers of the type of music that you can expect on it as well. Here we go. This one's called... I'm not even going to tell you. How about this?
Coming again. DJ running.
This is the sound of One More Thing Future. This is how we're kicking off the week. This is all proper IDs that you can expect sometime next year. It's from a huge release that we've got coming out next year from Lakeway. I'm going to play one more tune from this. Oh, I don't know which one to go for. Right, okay, I'm going to go for this one. Do you know what? I'm enjoying this so much. I'm going to play one more thing from this. Hey, I even said one more thing without realizing. Okay, so here is one more little teaser from this particular release. It's from Lakeway and it's coming out early next year. Right, I'm going to stop it right there. So there's another ID from a massive Lakeway release which we've got coming out in January. I'll say January. Right, okay, and then we've got something else then. I'm going to play you one or two more future shockers now. But from another release now that's coming out from Quentin Hiatus. And this is coming out after, it's following the Lakeway release. Again, complete IDs. I'm just going to play you little clips here and there. But yeah, I thought it would be a really cool way of starting off the week and teasing you and letting you know how much we mean business right at the moment. Again, all IDs, like I said. Let me see. All right, I'm going to keep it on that slow and moody tip like we just had now from Lakeway. So here we go.
Don't you ever...
Yeah. Slow and moody and growling. I'm going to play one more tune. One more tune.
So put your face in me. So put your face in me.
That's quite enough of that. It's only a Monday. Let's not get too carried away with ourselves. So that is some proper future shockers there. We've heard brand new stuff from Fawne. We've heard brand new stuff from Lakeway. We've heard brand new stuff from Quentin Hiatus. And this is the only place where you could possibly hear that. No one else has got that music. And if you're one of the few that watch these daily updates, you have been privy to some very, very, very special stuff right there. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg. That's like the tip of the tip of the tip of the tippy top there. There's so much other stuff coming up. This week now is a really, really big week for us. A really big week for us as we welcome two more members to the family with our mentees, Shanice and Tom. So big up Shanice and Tom. I can't wait to start working with you and get even more organized, take over even more spaces, get even more content out there, even more news, and be on top of things even more than we currently are. I want to leave you with a video in a moment, but first I want to let you know that we've got a Martin Kania dubstep mix coming up in the One More Mix series very, very soon. In the next couple of days, we are releasing a free download as well from APOM really, really soon as well, which if you're on Patreon, then you will already have got your hands on that. And in fact, if I haven't already said, because I can't remember what I've said already, if you are on our Patreon and you pay on our Patreon, you will get to hear much, much much longer edits of all of those IDs that I played you as well, which is, I think, is a cool little incentive to be supporting us on Patreon. Patreon is a great way of saying, yo, I really like what you do, Dave and the team. Please continue. So it'd be really cool if you could do that, or like or subscribe and all that type of stuff, which I always feel weird asking for. We've also got an interview with System as well. She is dropping her debut release as well. Australian artist from Melbourne, absolutely killing it right now. She's dropping a debut release as well on an Aussie label called 8 Ball, and we've got a big interview with her coming up later on as well. So yeah, I want to sign out with a little clip from a video that we've been working on for quite some time, and a really touching story of a label that we're incredibly supportive of and have been since they launched. That's Run the Rhythm. I would advise you to check out the articles that we've already run on the label. It was founded by a couple of artists, namely Leighton, who sadly passed away pretty much as soon as he'd launched the label in a fatal car crash. It's a really sad story. He was such a promising, amazing talent. His whole family and group of friends have all rallied together, and the others that he launched the label with are still running and is doing bits now, and it's just an amazing story. And his father Andrew is kind of captaining the whole project and kind of keeping everybody on check and giving them that push that they need, and that holding it all together. And it's just a beautiful story. So here's a little clip from that. It's just really touching. We can't wait to get it out there, and just huge love to all of Callum's family, all of the Leighton family and his friends, and the whole community at Run the Rhythm. It's such a tight community, and the way that they've all kind of come together and supported each other is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to leave you with a few clips of that, well, with one clip of that, and then we're going to go over to, we've gone from the future sounds of One More Thing, we're going to go to the current sounds of drum and bass with Chiz's choices as well. So yeah, this is everything that we're feeding this week, everything that we're putting out in the future, some really cool future stuff, and yeah, stuff that we're loving right about now. Watch out for plenty more cool updates at 3 p.m. every day, every single weekday, from myself and other members of the team. Here's a little bit of the Run the Rhythm video, and then on to Chiz. See you soon.
You know, even though things were like really shit and rough at the beginning, like we all just came together and managed to make a laugh and to have a good time, you know what I mean? And that's what it means at the end of the day. Like, that's all that matters.
Doing this, it kind of takes away any sadness for us, and it's sort of carrying on the energy that he gave us. And it's really just influenced a lot, you know, from when he started Run the Rhythm to now. There's been a massive growth, and it's been through absolutely everyone. Everyone's been putting in the effort just to make it how he'd want it. And it's, you know, our main thing was to make sure that it was still Callum. We'd like, when you know there, you'd know he'd like it. It's like this event today, he'd be so gassed to be at Lost Horizon, because it's like one of the bigger venues as well and stuff. So yeah.
If he could see what's happening, I know he'd be so gassed.
It's a celebration. We come together and we're celebrating what he made for us, almost. Like,
Put dinner on a plate for us.
Yeah,
Put
exactly.
dinner on a plate and we're gobbling it up.
Exactly.
He knew that to get on, you had to sort of reach out to people, and these were all people. I think it's because they were people he looked up to. They were the ones he wanted to, you know, he wanted to do what they wanted to do. So, you know, he would just reach out to people, especially at events. You know, he went to, you know, a lot of events, and he would always be right at the front.
Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Chiz. New week, same drills. I've updated the freshest drum and bass playlist over on Spotify, where every week on a Sunday, I update the playlist with some of the freshest bangers and releases out this past week in the wonderful world of drum and bass. A reminder to self-releasing producers, send me an email to the email address in the description of this video. I want your tunes on this playlist. This week has been a very strong week for dance floor drum and bass. Some absolute smashers have been released this past week. First off, Solara Rage is out now on Yosh Bass. Natty Lou, Tengu and Leo Woods have teamed up for Talk, which is out now on High T Music. Morizzle and Hamsies, Pegasus, out now on Roadblock. And also Bala and Jid Sedgwick, Miracle, is out now on Rhythmic. I want to highlight a couple of VAs that are out as well, just in the dance floor world. Uprising Volume 3 has some amazing up-and-coming producers out now on Riot Records, and also Roadblock Records have released Roadblock Jams Volume 1, which has some amazing dance floor vibes on there too. There's plenty more on the playlist. Go and check it out, the freshest drum and bass playlist on Spotify, curated by your boy Chiz. Now, these are Chiz's choices. This is how I sign out each and every week now. Have a lovely week ahead, and I'll see you same time next week.
No,